Hello, hello. Here we are again, coming to you from the Paranormal World Show under the umbrella of Broadcast Team Alpha. You know, the show for the thinking global citizen that is not afraid to step outside of the box and ask themselves, what have I missed? What else is out there? What have I been lied to about? You're going to find there's a lot out there that you need to have a look at. And yeah, my name is Aage, and I'm the host tonight. And we're transmitting also through the wonderful platform of the Conscious Awakening Network. And through them, we are on Roku. We are three TV stations and a bunch and a bunch and a bunch of social media platforms. And well, you can also reach us through broadcastteamalpha.com. And also, you'll find us, of course, on YouTube, where you are watching probably right now. And that's Broadcast Team Alpha on YouTube and all of the other 44 different platforms. Now, when you are on YouTube, please subscribe and click the bell. That'll help us to get a little better numbers so we can get better algorithms with Google and the people that kind of run the place over there. And if you are there on YouTube, that's the best place to be, because the only place we can monitor the chat room. You can ask questions, put them in capital letters so we see them easier, and then maybe we'll be able to answer your questions for you. So I wanted to tell you that. Also, I wanted to tell you that Nori and I have created a spiritual think tank. And that think tank, we meet on Sundays and Mondays and Wednesdays, but on Sundays we get together at 2 o'clock East Coast time, 11 o'clock Pacific, and we create the world around us the way we like to see it done and be. It's called the Mastermind Connection. If you want to be part of something that is bigger than yourself and find out what's really going on with manifestations, send us an email to themastermindconnection@gmail.com. And also, we have the super chat over there. So if you feel like you could help us out there too, it is going to be just like Christmas in July, because this is a labor of love for us so far. So you can help us there, that would be wonderful. Now, this video came about because of a discussion I had with someone here not long ago, a few days ago, when we got into talking about how do we manage our minds so we could become invincible. I know that sounds a little far out there, but remember, this is the Paranormal World Show. And for a lot of people out there, not necessarily the people that is already here watching, because they are probably more so advanced thinkers than the average person on the street out there. So take that as a compliment, because I really mean it. And I'm going to introduce you to two concepts. And I want you to think real seriously about those two concepts, because that is what the super successful people of the world do. And that is how you create the condition and the environment in your mind, not just your brain, but your mind, to be able to handle anything and create anything. Now, think of it. We're talking about actually us sitting right here, reaching into the quantum existence, the superconscious mind, with our thoughts, visual images, and intention, and everything else that is there in the spiritual language. We send that out there into the quantum existence, and it looks around for a match in vibration. When it finds that thing out there that you're looking for and you want to have happen or want, it attaches itself and it starts pulling it in to the physical existence with you so you can enjoy it now. There's a method for this. Quantum mechanics is showing us how to do it, because this is very well explained under the concept of the theory of inflation in quantum mechanics. Whatever you think about, visualize, see, and do, and experience is placed in that universal mind or the quantum existence, sitting there as potentials for physical creation later if you go there and pull it in to you. And think about that. For some people, that's scary because we know what we think about. So let me give you those two concepts I want you to think about. I'll mention them first, and then we will deal with them individually. The first one is, you will become like the people you associate with. Second one is, whatever you allow to dwell in your mind the most is what you will have in your life. And for some people, again, that could be scary because we know who we associate with and we know what is in our mind. All of that can change because there's something to this saying that says, associate up. That is usually used in business, but it applies anywhere at any time. So if you want to become like the people you associate with, you got to associate with people that you like to be around, that knows what you want to know, are capable of doing what you want to do. And another important one is having fun with. So think about that. If you are hanging around people that is not going anywhere, they go out, drink Friday night, Saturday night, and maybe even Sunday night, and then just go gambling and just doing average things, just average things. That is most likely where you will stay. There's another sub-concept in that arena, and that is that your income will be about plus or minus $5,000 up or down from most of the people you associate with. Think about that too. That is why when people want to really improve themselves, they move to a better neighborhood, a neighborhood where there are more successful people, and then they start associating in the neighborhood. They start absorbing the environment and the energy and the vibration from those people. That is especially things that happens in business, but it can be used in any arena. I know a lot of people, they're not interested in business, but let's say that you have the real thing you want is a smoother, harmonious family. That's a very high lofted goal. If you don't have it right now, start showing by example. Start studying people that have that. Go to YouTube University and watch videos by people that talk about how to improve the environment in a family. Find people that you know have that. Read their books, watch their videos, read their speeches. See, that is something that it takes effort to do this. And you may have to alienate some people around you. Because here, well, everything in this universe is or has vibration. It is based on a frequency. Everything you think has an individual frequency attached to it. It's a vibration that is lodged along the neurons in the brain. That is transmitted into the mind, and it goes everywhere through your brain and your mind. So the pineal gland is the key to that, because you gotta unclutter it. It's full of gunk usually that holds you back. When you clean that out, then you have a great transmitter to communicate with the universal mind. So now we talk about associating with people. That means reading their books, watch their videos, read their speeches, and whatever else, in however way you can, associate with them at a distance. If you can, if they're having a speech in town, go there and listen, shake their hand, meet them. There's a saying out there saying that really successful people, they don't necessarily have big TVs, they have big libraries. I don't think I've ever said this on any show, but in this house, we have a wall. It's about 24, 25 foot long. It is solid with books from the floor to the ceiling, all 25 feet. And I associate with people, very, very successful people, knowledgeable people that I want to know what they know and what they can do. There's one of them, Bruce Lipton, Spontaneous Evolution. It's a book that tells you how the universe works. There's another one, Spiritual Science, Higher Conscious Thinking and How to Access the Universal Consciousness. This book will teach you how to use your mind in ways you normally would think would be impossible. Then there's another one. This is a good book. Universal Success Principles and How Billionaires Think. I wrote these last two books just for the people who want to change their lives, because they can. Because in these two last books, you can associate with me. And then join us in the mastermind connection. We will be associating all the time. I will be talking with you. That's a very special, exclusive club. And if you're watching this video, this far into it because of the subject I'm talking about, I know you qualify to be part of that group. Think about that. It will change your life too. Now, the second one here was, whatever you allow to dwell in your mind the most is what you will have in your life. Remember, I said everything has a vibration, a frequency. When it is large, let's say you see something that is so horrible, it will stay with you forever, that vision of what happened. That is a very strong emotional experience. Emotion heightens the frequency. I mean, not heighten, it strengthens the frequency so it sticks with you. And when you see something beautiful, that may be the same thing. You also may never forget that thing. Anytime you think about it, it's right there in front of you. You can almost see it in your mind. Those opposites can be very detrimental or can be very helpful, all depending on how you feel about it. Now, it isn't just what you see and what you think, it's your beliefs. Let's say you believe something to be true, and you never think about it, but your belief is there. That belief becomes a subconscious mind program that is running all the time, and it is creating situations around the concept that you believe. What if what you believe is wrong? It's a lie. We have a whole bunch of those. Now you are creating around that lie, and that comes to the surface and show up in different ways in your life. That's scary too. Now, casual thoughts, they go right in, get lodged in long-term memory, and they also can create subconscious mind program that comes to the surface and creates around it. Your habits, your biases, all of those things sitting there in memory and create realities in your world around what they believe to be true, because the subconscious mind believes everything at face value. It is only like a computer. It has a record of the past, but don't spend too much time back there. You know what's there. Once you understand what's back there, then start concentrating on what you're doing in the present and what you're going to do in the future. You're not going that way, you're going that way, forward. So what do you think is more important to think about? The future. That is why people that live in the past, they never do anything up and beyond the average in the present and the future. So when we're talking about reading people's books, when I read a book, I make notes. So the second time I read it, I don't have to read everything. I just go through the notes and I go the underlined stuff and the things that had yellow markers around it and stuff. That's what I read. Because those things, they fill in the rest. Because you already got the rest of it. You read it once, it's in there. But those things that you yellow marked are triggers that will bring out the rest of the concept. So that's how I do it. So I would say also, be very careful about how you spend your time. Really successful people, they don't spend a lot of time on the phone. Oh, well, there it is. They text a quick question that wants a quick answer. They don't waste time talking about the weather on the phone at the same time that they want something done. Because time is a commodity. Once you have spent it, it's gone. So that's why it is much better to invest your time than spending it. There's a huge difference between those two concepts. When you invest your time, you read or do something for something good to happen later. But there are times when it is fun to waste time. I know. Not long ago, I spent a whole hour watching YouTube videos on the Roadrunner from the cartoons. I had a blast. But then I was done and I went and did something else. We got to have a little fun also. It is important. And reward ourselves when we have done something that we are proud of or we are glad we did. Reward ourselves appropriately. And there's another thing that super successful people do, and I'm going to mention it before I let you go here, and that is that there is no such thing as a self-made man. No man is an island. There's no such thing as a self-made woman. We all need people to help us do greater things than ourselves. So create an inner circle of people. If you are in business, you may already have a little bit of an idea on this, but an inner circle is essential to success because that's where you go for advice. You lean on them when you have questions or you need help in figuring something out. You have to be people that you trust. You know they're capable. They're honest. They think like you do and have the same goal or dream as you do. Those are 5 criteria that should be there for the people in your inner circle. And don't be afraid to call on them. Ask them questions. Call somebody up and say, hey, would you come over? I'm working on this thing and I'm getting myself lost. Could you come and help me out? I got to figure this out. And I know you're sharper than me at this thing. Tell them, I'm buying the coffee. So now they come over, you get them coffee. These are the people that you need to lean on. Very often that is your family. And if your family does not understand that concept, explain it to them. Let them know that, look here, hey, we're a family, right? We should have the same goals. Then create a dream about better things for the family so they understand what the dream is, so they can create mental pictures and they know how to direct intentions. And they can figure out what they can do to help make it happen. And help them create those mental images so they are fairly same for all of them, because then they will be creating mental images with the same vibrational frequency going into the quantum existence. So they're communicating with the universal mind on the same frequency. And now it's more powerful because you have created a mastermind of, let's say, 4 people in a family. A mastermind, and the definition of a mastermind is when 2 or more minds are united in harmony, they create a third mind, which has the potential mind power of the 2 or more of them multiplied by each other. If you take it to the ultimate here, if 1,000 people get together and concentrate on one specific thing, create mental images around it, intention, they feel it like it already exists right now. Now, 1,000 times 1,000, that means that now you have the mind power of 1,000,000 minds. That is powerful. If it's only 4 people in the family, you have the mind power of 16 people. That is a lot better than 1. There's a lot of solutions in those minds that you never thought of. Someone else in the family may have the idea that brings it to the surface, and now you got an answer. You have an avenue to create what you were going to do. Okay. Now this video was not really planned because it happened because of that conversation I had with that person here a few days ago. And I just wanted to let you know that whatever you create in your mind, the mind and the mind, that's the heart and the brain, between the 2 of them, what you create there, whatever it is, can be happy. We have proven that in the mastermind that we do on Sundays. We have created phenomenal things that science cannot explain, but it happens. Windfalls, mailbox money, healings, you name it. It's just about anything. There's a lot of things that happen. Good things. So I think that will do it for now. But this was actually a kind of a fun thing to do. So I may be doing more of these. If you guys would want me to, let me know in the text below if you want to hear more things like this. And then, of course, the super chat is open. If you feel like it, that would be wonderful. And subscribe on YouTube if that's where you are. And then, until next time, be good to each other.